All right, Week 10, Detroit versus Chargers. So right now, as I'm looking at it, is it shows that it's even. So I am going to be taking the Lions in this case. The model does not show that it's even though. The model's like Detroit, so it gives them a 62% chance of winning, which comes out to about a 3.5 point spread. Considering that it's being played at LA, most likely people are looking saying that uh, uh, that 3 point spread for giving that to the home team might very well be what they're looking at. I don't know. That's a big reason why I like doing this is because I don't know how they come to their estimates, but I know how this model works. So let's come over here to the box plot. So the box plot definitely gives that advantage. You see some overlap between the top of the band up here for you see the top of the band overlaps here with the bottom for Detroit, but I also see some of that upward capability there as well. And then the confidence interval doesn't have any overlap whatsoever, and it's given pretty clear uh, preference to Detroit. And then as I'm watching the game right now, so I'm doing this right now during the Chargers Monday Night Football game, and the Chargers just they sometimes they look really good, and sometimes they just don't. It's just hard to tell which Chargers team is going to come out and play. I really don't know what's leading to that. So, but the one thing I do know is Detroit I think has looked pretty good, and even they looked bad in their loss to Baltimore. Baltimore is also a good team. So, and then they came out, and I'd say that they looked pretty good against a Las Vegas team in their next came out. So overall, though, you have to admit that all the way around, uh, Detroit is a solid team. I would point out that uh, uh, the Chargers aren't a bad team. I, I just don't, quite frankly, I don't agree with a lot of their play calling. They seem to make bad decisions, and just seems to be in the Chargers' DNA to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. That's been their reputation for years, and this year is no different. I would expect some point in time someone's got to make a coaching change there, but that's neither here nor there. Until I start to see the numbers turn around, until you start to see some of that consistency, because Justin Herbert really is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Why they're not able to do better more often, who knows? So let's go ahead and take a look at the performance charts. So looking at this, and remember, these are matchups. This is not just how these teams have done. This is taking these offenses and pairing them against those defenses, those very specific defenses. So when you look at Detroit over here on the left, you see a slight advantage over here to with the rushing, slight advantage over here with the passing, uh, which is interesting. Jared Goff got passed off by the Rams, and he seems to the Detroit. They seem to have found how they found where he is very effective, and you can't deny that. And then you look at the raw talent with Justin Herbert and and the Chargers just seem to find a way to screw it up. So it's hard to explain. Let's come over here to the right. Both teams have about the same amount of sacks going on, so it should look about the same in that regard. Same with the interceptions, uh, and quite frankly, same with the fumbles as well. And you start to see a little bit more breakaway over here with the interception. I'm sorry, with the big plays. I think that'll probably make a big difference in the play, in the game. What team can get some of those big plays to get that little bit of that edge going on there? Um, but with that, uh, uh, it's the advantage is definitely looking as though it's going to be for Detroit. Right now, the line is even, but uh, I don't put as much stock in that home field advantage, particularly in LA. I live here in LA. Uh, when the Rams left, people quit watching. Well, quite frankly, they started watching the Raiders, and a lot of people just harbored resentment against the Rams. And the Chargers still feel like it's San Diego, so I just don't think there's going to be a big home field advantage there. And with that, Detroit's been playing good, and then so when you start to go through and look at the numbers, you got that slight advantage for Detroit, and we'll see how that goes. So anyhow, if you found this helpful, you like what you listened to, like and subscribe. And if you have a question or comment, drop me a note. Thank you.